All right, boys and girls, we are back on the vlogging train. Chew fucking chew. Why am I back on the vlogging train? Let me explain. Well, before I explain, right, I'm 36 years old. I'm not old, but my oldest daughter is 14. So I'm not cool, I guess. And as much as I like to think I keep up with trends and what's going on in the world, I don't. And all these people that do this vlogging thing every day, I don't understand it. I don't understand how these people can do it without having jobs and what they actually think is so interesting in their life, which is why I don't do this every day. I only do it when there is something interesting for me to vlog about, or there's a point to the entire thing. If you've watched any of these videos before, you know I've vlogged for both the Invictus Games. If I have any sort of amputee related tricks, tips, advice, anything like that, then I'll jump on here and try and spread the word to get it out to anybody that needs to hear it. It could potentially benefit. And right now I'm back on the vlogging train because I have something which I think is of interest to record and to document and to push out to all you guys in my social media family. Now, what have I done? What am I doing? Why am I vlogging? If you follow me on Instagram, this is gonna be uploaded 2 days post the post on Instagram. But if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what I'm about to say. This week, we're on Wednesday now, Monday of this week, I entered myself in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament up in Manchester, which takes place on Saturday, October the 5th. Now, again, if you've been following my Instagram or any of my other social media, you know that about 18 months ago, I started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under the Reorg Jiu-Jitsu Foundation, and I fell in love with it. I have a martial arts background prior to injuries. I've fought competitively in Muay Thai, full contact kickboxing, and boxing. Clearly, when you lose both your legs and an arm, those are no longer options. But I have always loved martial arts, not just for the training physically, but the mental side of it, the discipline, the respect, the honor. I've just always loved the martial arts way of life. And it was quite devastating actually when I got injured and I thought that I was going to be removed from my life forever, which it was, until I met Sam Sheriff, the founder of Reorg, and he asked me to come down to the Royal Marines Combat Room at 30 Commander down here in Plymouth and to what I now know is called Roll with him. I had no idea what that was back when he asked me to do it, but I went down anyway, thought I'd give it a shot, and as I said, I fell in love with it and I've been doing it ever since. 3 weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to progress from a 3-stripe white belt to a fresh blue belt. Now, I'm very, very proud of that. What I love about this sport is I don't feel it is... I feel that when you get promoted, it's done on merit. If you know anything about jiu-jitsu and how the grading system works, your professor has to deem you at that standard before he'll promote you. And I'm very grateful that both Sam and our professor, Jimmy Johnson, thought I was at the required standard to get promoted to blue belt. And like I said, I was very, very proud and very, very grateful. However, I had, at the beginning of the year, planned to compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament with the idea being that I went in as an experienced white belt. I've not done this before. Like I said, I've fought Muay Thai, full contact kickboxing, boxing, done all that before, but never grappled before competitively. So I thought my best chance of success would be to get as much experience as I can as a white belt and then go in there with the best chance of winning. And then the promotion happened, which was a kind of a, I was elated that it happened. And then once the adrenaline worn off and I was sat in my car, I thought, shit, now I've got to compete at the bottom of the pile again. And again, anyone who's watching this who has ever trained in jiu-jitsu knows that when you get your blue belt, it's open season, and the kind of kid gloves are off, and everyone knows it's time to start giving you a beat down. Now, I don't know if that's the same in competition, but all I know is that effectively now I'm at the bottom of the pile, and I've got about 5 weeks to try and train as much as I can to do well in this tournament. Now, what's great about this tournament is that there is a para jiu-jitsu subsection in it. Now, I had originally planned on competing in the Devon Open in April this year. I couldn't get matched up, so then I decided, okay, I will fight later in the year and fight an able-bodied opponent. So I started kind of trying to figure things out and work towards that. Then this opportunity came up, and I thought, you know what, I'll give this a shot. And I want to explain a little bit about why. Now, you guys know, you guys watching this know that I am a triple amputee. Okay, so I'm missing both my legs above the knee and my right arm above the elbow. I try and put myself in other people's shoes some of the times when I'm looking at potential scenarios. So I thought, if I was an able-bodied athlete competing against a guy with no legs and one arm, would I go full tilt? Would I go 100 mile an hour, put on the best performance that I could put on and do the very best I could to beat this guy? Or would I look at this guy sat there, maybe, I don't mean feel sorry for him, but think, maybe I should hold back a little bit. The poor little guy sat there with just one arm. Maybe I shouldn't go full pelt. And I sat there thinking about it and not really being able to come up with an answer. I didn't know what the answer was because it's different. For individual people, it's different. One person might look at me and go, haha, easy win. Another one might go, it's not really fair to throw this guy around. So I was a bit unsure about competing against able-bodied people. I mean, that's who I train against all the time, and I do my very best to progress in the sport by competing against those guys. But I just wasn't sure about what it was going to be like in competition. So I was looking for a para jiu-jitsu tournament. Now, the only one I found was actually in the UAE, over in Dubai, every April, I believe, which, as you can imagine, logistically, with a job and a family and everything, is a bit of a pain in the balls. And then this opportunity came up, and so I took it. So that's why I've started vlogging. I'm going to vlog this journey, kind of like what I do with the podcast, thoughts, feelings, highs, lows, ups, downs, what's been good, what's been bad. Just share it with you guys. I'm not going to share too much of my training because I'm not stupid enough to put that on the internet in case someone can watch it and figure out what my game plan is and where my strengths and weaknesses are. But I want to take you guys on this journey with me and hopefully maybe motivate and inspire someone who watches these vlogs to go out and start their own jiu-jitsu journey. It's helped me immensely, physically, mentally. It's enabled me to feel part of a brotherhood again and, another family outside of my immediate family. It's helped me reconnect with things that are so difficult nowadays to stay connected to with the busy world we live in, which are, discipline, honor, respect, gratitude, those kind of things. That's what this way of life has helped me reconnect with. So, I'm grateful to Sam and to Jimmy and to everyone who is on this journey with me and for introducing me to jiu-jitsu. I'm grateful for this opportunity that's come up to compete and to see where I'm at and if I'm good enough. And if I'm being completely honest, one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that warrior is still inside me. That warrior that I had when I competed before in those other martial arts. That warrior that I had when I went to war, at a young age, when I went through Royal Marines training, and all the other things that I've done. As I get older, I kind of feel it's disappearing a little bit, and I don't like that. I want to bring it back and make sure that it's always there. So we're going to train hard. I'm going to train as much as I possibly can. I'm going to learn as much as I possibly can. When I'm not on the mats, I'm going to be reading. Right now, I'm watching videos. I'm just gonna consume as much as I can for the next 5 weeks. Holistically immerse myself in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And also, I think quite importantly, learn the rules. I don't know anything about the point scoring system, the rules, the etiquette, any of that stuff. So I'm gonna be picking guys' brains, figuring it out. And hopefully I'm gonna go up there and do pretty well. And if I do, knowing me, I'll get addicted, come back home, jump back on my laptop, and then enter every single competition that I can over the next 2 months. So, guys, thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope you find it interesting. I hope that it inspires some other people to go and jump in with their local club and take up jiu-jitsu and experience the benefits that I've experienced. Stay tuned.